This is our original wood pile that Steve has been collecting for the past 25 years. This is the other side of the pile. During the freeze in Texas in 2021, in February, we gave a whole bunch of the wood away to neighbors and members of our church, and it helped us get started with the cleanup. This is the first section that finally got cleaned out. There's another view of it. These are totes we bought to store wood in. They need to be, the plastic has to come out and needs to be cleaned, and the metal totes have to be cut. Steve is cutting the totes. And they can So the wood pile is still pretty big, but you can see we have 3 totes filled with wood. And the pile is getting smaller. Still a lot to cut and chop. These are some of the totes. Now we had to get rid of the excess. We hauled some of the willow off to a neighbor's bonfire. We put a ton of the small pieces in the compost. And then we burned and burned and burned for days and days, about probably 3 weeks worth. So we needed more totes. Now we have these totes and we have to figure out how to clean these out. They have a red dye in them. And it was a pain to clean. We gave 1 tote away, and we've got 1 cleaned and 2 left to be cleaned. This was pouring it out, and it took about 4 days, and that red dye actually never completely dried up. We just filled up the hole. So, chopping of the wood has begun. This is the slow method, but it worked. The pile is getting smaller and smaller. You can see all that excess wood. We filled that plastic container up about 4, maybe 5 times. It's time to start moving everything. Another tote filled. So we tried to figure out what we would do with the inside now that we had all that cleared out. We decided to turn it into a garden. See how it goes. 2 gardens is a lot to take care of. Now we need to work on the back part of the pile to reorganize it. So we moved the plastic totes over to the side, and now we're putting down some of these posts to lay some of the flat wood that we have. It's all organized. Garden is planted. We still have one small pile of wood that has to be cut and put into a tote. There's that pile that has to be cut.